Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Last one that I made about Arista, I had problems figuring out how this right here was working. In hindsight, basically what it said was all you need to do is, as an alternative, just create a route and you can have an untagged VLAN. Well, when I did that, I kept getting problems on getting it to work a couple days ago, and it kept eating at me and eating until I started doing different experiments, and I finally got it to work. So, a little bit of background. It took me a hot minute to figure it out because everything has to be manually set. Whenever you're doing an untagged VLAN on one of your primary interfaces, you have to manually set all the details. So IP, mask, gateway, and DNS server. When you are doing a route, it's even more blind when you're walking into a VLAN like that, which is why it took me a little bit longer than that. But I would like to show you now the second half of untagged VLANs on a interface, because according to the documentation, it's supposed to work, and in practice, it does work. It's just you have to you have to get a little bit more involved into the configuration so that it can actually work the way it should. So, without further ado, I will show you how it works, and then we can have a little bit of a discussion about it. So, I have... Oh, it's a little slow. We're still connecting, whatever. I have the Arista firewall over here, which it's fine. It's working, right? Like, as you can see, it's working. It's doing traffic stuff. All right, we're gonna wait on that. And in the meantime, we're gonna come over here and we are going to go into the console. There we go. So I'm going to be using Windows as a test bed simply because it's a little easier to work with. Now, all of this is going to be done real time, and you guys are going to be able to follow up completely. So, as you can see, there is network connectivity, and if I remember correctly, I believe I left it on VLAN 3. Yes, I did leave it on VLAN 3, but with the exception that I had to go and do a comparison with the alias, which is fine on its own. It still works the way it worked in the last video, and that's fantastic because it's very hassle-free. You just create an alias and boom, you're off to the races. But now we're gonna do it in a way that requires even less work. Okay, so there's my alias right here. We're gonna go ahead and click on delete, and we're gonna save it. And at the same time, we're just going to confirm that we're gonna lose connectivity. Come on, google.ca. As you can see, it is no longer connecting, which is exactly what we want. So let's go back into the routes section and just create a static route. So let's do route VLAN 3 over LAN interface. And we're going to do 192.168.3.0/24. And the next hop is, it's always going to be the physical interface that you're putting the LAN on. So in this case, because I'm putting it on the local area network interface, it's going to be the first internal interface, which is F1. Let's go ahead and do that. Fantastic. It is updated. And as you can see, we have our network 192.168.3.0 onto our routing table. Or sorry, on our IPv4 table. So let's go back into... Now, if we do a refresh, sadly, we still have no internet. And this is actually the... where the fuck? There we go. This is actually the thing that gave me a hint where to look. So whenever you create a route, it is very important thing to note that the gateway for the network, traditionally speaking, does not exist. But because you're piggybacking on an interface, you have to use that interface as a gateway. What does that translate and what does that mean for us? Well, let's take a look. Now, let's open command prompts. Actually, we're gonna do ipconfig all, just so that you guys can look. So, we created a route. We did not create an alias. Therefore, our firewall is not identifying itself as 192.168.3.1. However, when you are working on a /24 network, it is customary that you put in the default gateway and a DNS server to what your router is supposed to be, right? Well, whenever you're doing a route, you have to do the interface that is going to be your exit point. In this case, allow me to demonstrate. Because we are using 192.168.2.1 as our exit point, we basically have to do the following. And this is the address of our exit interface, which is our local area network. Let's see how that behaves. Voila! It works. It works with a route, and it's as simple as that. Now, you're probably going to ask, what does the trace RT look like? So let's have a look at that. We're going to go to Google. And as you can see, it uses our local area network interface to hop as a next hop. And then it just goes out to whatever. And that's pretty much it. That's all that was to it. So thank you very much for being patient with me while I figure this thing out. Please continue to contribute to the channel, interact, comment, like, dislike, subscribe, unsubscribe, whatever you feel like doing. But anything you do helps my channel grow, and I can continue being kind of a dork and figuring this stuff out. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next one.